The Kingdom Hearts series is no stranger to tough bosses, especially those found while playing its harder modes, and Square Enix's latest release, Kingdom Hearts 2.8, is no different. It definitely has its fair share, and in Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, the final boss can be quite a handful. So here at GameShark Reviews, we've done our best to break down the fight into a simple guide for those that might be struggling with defeating the boss. This guide has 3 simple steps to clearly and concisely illustrate how to beat this boss in the simplest way. So let's get started with Step 1, Preparation. Grinding for levels isn't exactly necessary for defeating the Demon Tide. However, if you're having a lot of trouble with it, this could be one way of gaining more defense and power to make the fight easier. If you play the game up to this area while defeating each enemy group along the way, you should be at around level 55 to 60. This is more than adequate for beating this boss. Along with this, you'll also need to stock up on items, but only 3, as only 3 items are allowed for this boss fight. The best items to bring along are elixirs, as they replenish your HP, MP, and focus fully. However, elixirs are only really necessary for proud and critical mode. Step 2 is the first phase. Do not use your shot lock or items in this phase. Start off the fight by being very aggressive but very careful, as you need to watch for when the enemy will attack. Chaining Firaga is also a great idea because it does a lot of damage for low MP cost, and then you can use Firaga as a finisher. And by about now, you should be looking out for its attack. As soon as it turns red, you need to immediately block or run away, if you can. And if you block during a combo like this, block will keep chaining. Note that Mickey will also heal you if he has MP, so you don't have to use Kuragi yourself. When you see the bosses turn yellow again, you'll want to keep chaining combos with either melee or magic, as you only have a short window. Chaining these combos will also break the head of the boss, which allows you to activate Wayfinder faster. And for this attack, it's best to just stay on the ground and block every time it rushes back and forth into you. Every now and then it might also change up its moveset, circling around above and then diving into the ground to attack you from below. The easiest way to handle this attack is to be constantly moving around the battlefield whilst keeping an eye out for the trails of sand that appear on the ground. These trails indicate where the boss will strike from next. The best method of evasion is cartwheeling, so time it accordingly and you'll have no problems. After each attack, you'll have a small window to chain up your combos again in an effort to break its head. When the head is fully broken, it'll be indicated by glowing pink and red. It'll then start moving very slowly and you'll see Mickey glowing on top of it. This means Wayfinder is ready to be activated. However, it activates when you tell it to. So deliver as many attacks to the boss as you can before the Wayfinder bar depletes fully, then activate it before it reaches the end for maximum damage output. Although you have to be careful not to activate any other finisher moves, otherwise they will take over Wayfinder. During Wayfinder, you'll have a limited amount of time to deal huge amounts of damage, so don't waste it with magic or shot lock. Just keep attacking and comboing, and when the finisher appears, let it go down, keep attacking, and then use it towards the end. After this, we will enter the second phase and things will get a lot more erratic. You'll want to prepare both the shot lock commands and your items to be used in phase 2. So get ready as the boss dives down into the ground and begins its second phase. Step 3, second phase. Hopefully by now you've got the hang of the first phase, because the second phase is going to make you do it over and over if you aren't prepared. So as it rises from the ground, keep attacking it because it's vulnerable for the first few seconds of the fight. When it starts to move away and turn red, you want to prepare your shot lock as fast as possible. Whenever the boss turns red, it means it is weaker to attacks but harder to hit. So use shot lock to deal increased damage. If you're lucky, you'll then be able to chain the shot lock and deal even more damage. After that, you'll want to get away or block, as it will be more aggressive afterwards. If it starts spitting Heartless, you want to block or keep running around the battlefield to avoid them. And if you get hit, don't worry too much, because if Mickey has MP, he will heal you. After this, it's wise to get as far away from the enemy's attacks as possible and wait for your opening. The openings will be few and far between, but just be patient. You'll also need to heal yourself or use an item if Mickey is out of MP. It's then a good idea to use the rest of your focus for shot lock, because you can find more focus orbs around the arena. At around 2 bars left, the boss will start shooting bombs out of the ground and in the sky. It's a good idea right now to try and get those focus orbs, and then dashing around the edges of the arena to avoid those bombs, cartwheeling and blocking when necessary. You'll want to pick up as many focus orbs as possible so you can have your shot lock command in reserve, just in case. And right now the boss is about to do a near unavoidable attack that will fling you into the air. While in the air, you want to look down and press block at the opportune moment. If you're successful in doing this, blocking should chain for the entire attack and you will be invulnerable until it comes back out of the ground. In which time, you will have a chance to finish off the boss, dealing the amount of damage you need while it stays yellow. The boss will now stay yellow for some time, giving you a great opening to chain combos for Spellweaver or use shot lock to deal that final bit of damage you need to finally defeat the boss. So congratulations, hopefully you've just defeated the Demon Tide from Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep. For more Kingdom Hearts content, check us out at GameSharkReviews.com or keep an eye on our channel right here. This has been GameShark Reviews, helping you know your games.